Hello everyone and welcome again to another short video of mine. As you have seen from the video that we're going to play, or we've just played, this is about the rally that happened yesterday in Jaipur, the capital city of West Papua, where the Papuans have come out in large numbers and demonstrating and rejecting the revised special autonomy law, and also as the proposed plan by the Indonesian state to create 5 new provinces in West Papua. So why Papuans demonstrating and rejecting this the plan by the Indonesian state to create 5 new provinces? Because it is not in the best interest of our people. The reason is because our population is so small. It's about 3 million, less than 3 million people. So why do you want to create new provinces when the population is so small? From our own analysis, we know that Indonesian government would once you create new provinces in West Papua, that will give the opportunity for the Indonesian government to bring more migrants into West Papua, more Indonesian migrants moving into West Papua, and also would give them the access to create much bigger, or set up bigger base throughout West Papua, and that will create more fear and tension among the indigenous Papuan communities. So that's the whole idea. And because with the growing demands for independence in West Papua, the Indonesian government is trying to squash the independence movement. So the whole idea or plan to create these new provinces is basically to stop the Papuans from fighting for their rights, for fighting for their freedom, for fighting for the independence. That's the whole idea. So we are very concerned that Indonesian government is not listening to the wish of the demands of the West Papuan people. As you all would have seen from our previous videos, the Papuans have come out in large numbers and have rejected the revised special autonomy law, and for over 700,000 plus Papuans have rejected that revised special autonomy law. So now Indonesian government is coming up with another desperate attempt to create these 5 new provinces when they haven't actually get an approval from the indigenous Papuan communities. And normally you would have to consult the people. You have to get them involved and find out exactly whether they want the creation of these new provinces. And from what we have seen is that the Indonesian government is totally doing the opposite. They're not listening to the wish of the West Papuan people. So the release that happened yesterday in West Papua is basically Papuans coming out in large numbers, and they're demanding that this plan needs to be stopped, because this is about the future. This is about the survival. You're talking about the black people in West Papua, and this is about the future. What's going to happen to them? If they don't do anything, because the Indonesian government, the plans, it's very dangerous, and I think the international community, UN, need to step in immediately. So we're just gonna watch the video again. I mean, it's so sad that the Indonesian government is not listening to our people. It's not listening to our people, and they're So again, like Indonesian government is just basically is just doesn't have any idea at all how to address issues in West Papua. So we need the help from the international community. There needs to be an international mediated dialogue so that we can find a solution to this problem. What Indonesian government is just trying to create all these plans and ideas without consulting the Papuans, and we've seen the backlash now. The Papuans are protesting. They do not want the creation of new provinces. And last year there was protests really rejecting the revised special autonomy law. And again, we have seen again Papuans coming out in numbers protesting and rejecting this the plan by Indonesian state to create five new provinces. So we are appealing to the international community, especially UN, to make this agent visit to West Papua because I think the visit is very timely because we have seen that Indonesian government has actually run out of funds. They don't have any plan for the people of West Papua. They thought that by creating these new provinces would bring peace in the land, but of course we all know it's not going to bring the peace in the land. So right now there is the ongoing war between the West Papuan military and the Indonesian security forces. This has created serious humanitarian crisis, and there are people being displaced from their homes. Currently, there's about 50,000 Papuans being displaced from their homes since 2018. These people have actually hasn't gone back to the villages, to the region, to the regions where they come from. So, with the ongoing war, we're seeing right now with Papua. People are basically are dying of disease. They're not getting the proper health care. We have children missing out on the early part of their education. They're not going to school. So that means you're going to have a generation of people who are not educated. So we are extremely concerned with the current situation in West Papua. We have mothers giving birth to babies in the jungle, in the bush, without having the proper health care. So um, the situation in West Papua is extremely urgent. We need UN to be in West Papua right now because Indonesian government doesn't seems to have the plan or doesn't know how to solve all these problems in West Papua. He thought the Indonesian government thinks by creating these new provinces or creating this revised special autonomy law, it's gonna stop these growing demands for independence. So yeah, so again, we would like to appeal to the international community from the reports that we have seen. We've heard the Papuans already being arrested in Jayapura and in other parts of West Papua. There's going to be major protests coming up, and we appeal also to the international media to put more spotlight, or to do more reporting on West Papua. So we really need to expose this ongoing war that's happening in West Papua. Especially there is a armed conflict going on right now within the Indonesian security forces and the West Papua National Liberation Army. Lately, I think last week we had the report about 8 Indonesian workers. Well, they claim to be workers from a company that were working uh, on a communication something. They were installing something up in Highlands, and they were actually ambushed by the West Papua National Liberation Army about Yeah, they were shot, and you see, this is the situation right now. There is a war going on, and we need the intervention from UN immediately. This war will result in more human rights violation being committed by Indonesian security forces. So we urgently needs the UN to intervene in West Papua. So again, we want to appeal to international community, to our leaders, to put more pressure on Indonesian government to open the access for UN to immediately visit West Papua and assess the situation on the ground right now, because as you all know, the special autonomy law has failed. So our people have actually rejected the special autonomy law. So, but Indonesian government has again resurrected that failed special autonomy law, and they've come up with a new one with the so-called it's called the revised special autonomy law. It's just lovable, you know. What happened during the 20 years of implementation of special autonomy law? They did nothing. They did nothing to improve the lives of the West Papuan people. When you have the special autonomy law being implemented in West Papua, you have Indonesian military going around killing our people. There is increased human rights violations being committed against our people when you have the regions under the special autonomy laws. So what is the purpose of reintroducing this failed special autonomy law? What our people want now is for the Indonesian government to return the special autonomy to the people, so they can really decide what is really best for them, not for Indonesian government or some people somewhere in Jakarta to decide what is best for our people. It has to be our own people. They need to decide what's best for them. So our people have requested for there needs to be an international mediated dialogue between Papuans and Indonesians. You need to involve all the key stakeholders. You need to involve the West Papua National Liberation Army. They're the key actors. You need to involve OPM as the political organization and its military wing, TPNPB, the West Papua National Liberation Army. They're the key actors. You need to involve all the stakeholders, all the churches, all the women's group, the youths. So all the elements within the entire Papuan conflict, they need to be there. So we can really sit down and find out what is the best solution. What's the how can we address this issue? So, Indonesian government cannot address the issue in West Papua. They cannot solve it because it's not about the development issue in West Papua. It's not about the money. It's not about you giving thousands of dollars or millions of dollars to the people of West Papua. It's about our political rights. It's about our history, how West Papua was annexed and invaded by Indonesia. This is the history. We need to fix the root cause of the problem. So we want to appeal again to the international community to monitor the current situation in West Papua because it is extremely urgent. So yeah, so look, again, I would like to stress the importance of why UN needs to come to West Papua because the situation on the ground is extremely urgent. Our people basically needs the help from the international community. Our people cannot continue to live under Indonesian rule because there's no future for our people under the Indonesian rule because since Indonesia invaded and annexed the territory of West Papua, there has been countless number of human rights violations be committed been committed against our people. You have over 500,000 Papuans who has already died under the hands of Indonesian security forces and its agents, especially its government in West Papua. So there is a gap between the Papuans and Indonesians. The Papuans doesn't want to live with the Indonesians. They just basically want them out of West Papua. They need to go and go back to their own country, and the Indonesian government needs to focus more on its people and their welfare and their well-being, and let the Papuans go. They must be given that opportunity to feed themselves, to look after themselves, so they can provide the better services for towards their people. So the Papuans are better off by themselves. Under Indonesian rule, our people have died. There's too much pain and suffering under Indonesian colonial rule and occupation. So yeah, we would like to appeal to the international community, and we would like to inform you all again that creation of 5 new provinces in West Papua will not solve this 50-year-old conflict in West Papua, the ongoing armed conflict between the West Papua National Liberation Army, TPNPB, and the Indonesian military will continue until West Papua is fully liberated and free from Indonesian rule and control. So once again, thank you for watching our video, and I hope that you will continue to advocate for our people. Please pray for the people of West Papua. In this coming week, we are expecting more rallies and demonstrations, and also we've just had that our people, some have the rally that happened yesterday, the protest rally, some people have already been arrested by the Indonesian security forces. So we would like to appeal to the international community to put pressure on Indonesian government to open the access for UN and international media and journalists into West Papua, so we can really know the truth. We just want to know the truth. Why is Indonesian government so scared and don't want to open West Papua to the internet to the world? Why are they so scared? You go to international community and you talk about Palestine. You're speaking in front of the podium and talking about Palestine. But what about West Papua? Your military is committing genocide in West Papua. So you don't talk about, you don't put your nose in other people's problem. You have your own problem in your own backyard. You need to come back and clean up the mess in West Papua. So once again, we would like to remind Indonesian government that you cannot hide. You cannot hide the issue of West Papua and try to sweep it under the carpet. This is not like 40 or 50 years ago. Our people are educated. We know exactly what happened in the past, and we will advocate for our rights onto the international stage, and let the world know that we deserve that freedom. We do have that rights under the international law, and our rights to self-determination, our rights to independence, our rights to be free, so that we can govern our own country and our own people. So thank you very much, and thank you for watching my video, and I hope to talk to you guys soon.